Hey folks, welcome back to Ndaba Africa. I've been asked to comment on a situation that apparently took place in the Chobe River between Botswana and Namibia on Thursday past. Today's the 9th of November, so just a few days ago, in which it's alleged that the Botswana Defense Force shot 4 fishermen. Now, looking into the case, there are sparse reports on it. There's a few reports from the Namibian and from another location. But apparently this took place on Sududu Island, which in Namibia is known as Kasikili Island. Now, Sududu Island famously was returned to Botswana sovereignty as a decision from the 1999 International Court of Justice. Both countries had argued that Sududu Island, which is a fluvial island, in other words, it almost disappears at times when the water level goes up in the Chobe River. But the fluvial island of Sududu on the Botswana side, Kasikili on the Namibian side, in 1999, International Court of Justice made the following decision. After concluding the boundary between Botswana and Namibia around Kasikili, Sududu Island follows the line of deepest soundings in the northern channel of the Chobe, and that the island formed part of the territory of Botswana, the court recalled that under the terms of an agreement concluded in May 1992, known as the Kasane Communique, the two countries had undertaken to one another that there shall be unimpeded navigation for craft of their nationals and flags in the channels around the island. So that's an important distinction. So Namibians are allowed to transit around the island. They can go on both sides of it to travel up and down the Chobe River, but the island itself is sovereign territory of Botswana, and that comes into play here. So let's talk about this. This is from Namibian, some reporting here. 4 Namibian fishermen were allegedly killed along the Chobe by members of the Botswana Defense Force. Now, that's a bit problematic because I've already seen a different report that claims that one of them was a Zambian national, not a Namibian. So I'm not sure what the truth is here, and it is germane. If, in fact, it's a Zambian, that leads to more credence to the Botswana Defense Force's assertion that these were poachers. The 3 are believed to be brothers. The 4th is said to be their cousin. Could be a cousin in Zambia. The Inspector General for Namibia's police, Sebastian Ndetunga, said the family members informed police that they went fishing at the river and never returned. Police officers close by allegedly heard shots on the island between 8 and 9 p.m. on Thursday. Now, they contacted the Botswana Defense Force, and the Botswana Defense Force confirmed that they shot and killed 4 men who were allegedly illegally fishing close to Kasikili village near Kasane. Now, what's interesting about this is that it's nighttime, visibility is low, and people are fishing. It's not beyond their own possibility, but that seems quite odd. But they were doing it on Sududu Island. It's foreign territory. So these foreign nationals were inside Botswana fishing at night. Something very fishy there, no pun intended. Now, the Botswana Defense Force's anti-poaching policy is well known. It's not a secret. I mean, people in Gaborone know about it, and the poaching takes place in the Okavango and Kasane. And so the people on the border region there are very familiar with the fact that the Botswana Defense Force is charged with shooting poachers. And the reason they do that is because if you wait for them to shoot at you, then you have dead soldiers. So they are allowed to shoot poachers on sight. Now, that policy has changed back and forth. Sometimes it's self-defense. Sometimes it's on sight. I can't confirm what the current policy is. Over the past 2 decades, according to the newspaper, the BDF has killed many Namibians and 22 Zimbabwean nationals under their shoot-to-kill policy. I can neither confirm or deny that's the case. I can confirm that they have shot and killed Zambians. I know that to be a fact. Actually, I'm very familiar with one of those operations from when I was in Botswana. Yep, this said by the National Democratic Party leader Martin Lucato, who is responsible for that region known as the Zambezi region in Namibia. He asked the nation on social media to protest against this barbaric action. Well, how about we get some facts before you start making claims of barbaric action there, Mr. Lucato? You don't have the facts, nor do I. What we do know is this. 4 people were shot and killed by the Botswana Defense Force who were doing some activity on Sududu Island after dark. Sududu Island is sovereign territory of Botswana. So what were they doing on Sududu Island, and what were they doing there after dark? Were they illegally fishing, or were they up to something else? I don't know. We'll have to wait and find out based on what comes out information. I've seen no information available from the government of Botswana to date. We'll keep an eye on the story. Our people are being shot dead by BDF, and our government and that of Botswana are quiet about this matter. Print media are also quiet. They don't care. They see nothing wrong, Lucato said. Well, that's fiction in and of itself. The Namibian reported this story, and I also found that 2 other sources reported it. This information has been reported. So what's interesting about this is that perhaps this political leader, Mr. Martin Lucato, should wait for more facts to come out. The mere fact that these folks are fishing late at night, that they're in a foreign country. Sududu Island, based on the International Court of Justice decision from 1999, is sovereign Botswana territory. We know this to be the fact, and I've known it since 1999. And I'm not even from the region. I'm an American. And if I know about it, certainly the people around there know about it as well. The anti-poaching policy of the Botswana Defense Force is well known. Why would anybody in their right mind be crossing onto Botswana sovereign territory at night, illegally, on an island that belongs to another country, to do what? To sing, to dance, to fish? Well, if you were there on Sududu Island, which is where the incident took place, you were wrong. You illegally entered Botswana. You must go through a border crossing. You cannot go on Sududu Island without permission from the government of Botswana. So there's some very strange things happening here, folks. We'll keep on the story. I'll keep you updated. But for now, what we do know is that, yes, indeed, 4 people were shot and killed by the Botswana Defense Force this past Thursday evening, and that 3 of them at least were Namibians, 1 potentially a Zambian national, that they were illegally inside of Botswana on Sududu Island, and the claim is that they were fishing at night. The Botswana Defense Force, for their part, has confirmed that they did shoot dead 4 persons who were on the island that night and accused them of illegal poaching activities. More to follow, folks. But in the meantime, the emotional anger needs to temper down a little bit until people get the facts. Mr. Lucato, you don't have the facts, nor do I. We have supposition, both of us. And my supposition is that fishing at night, while not impossible, seems highly unlikely, but invasion of another country's territory is clearly not permissible. And you are well aware of what the Botswana Defense Force does when they catch people poaching. So there you have it. Folks, if you're not a subscriber of Chris White Africa, I ask you to take a moment and smash that subscription button right down there. Become a subscriber. And also make sure you toggle the bell icon to get notified of any updates of future videos, whether it's a live stream or prepared video like this one. And finally, I ask that you smash the like button, because likes drive viewership, and not enough people pay attention to events in Namibia or Botswana. And unfortunately, this is an incident between the 2 countries that's not exactly a positive one. But nonetheless, it is news about Botswana and Namibia, and it's good to get the word out about these 2 fascinating countries in Southern Africa. Folks, thanks a lot for your time, your patience, and your patronage. God bless.